Sometimes in life, we're thrown into the unexpected. We free fall into the unknown, forcing us to either grow up or get out. However, we're not always given the second chance to get out of these situations. Sometimes, we only have one option, and that's to deal with whatever card life has handed us. Our only choices are to accept it or suffer until we do. Not everyone can say that they've had a small stint with death. I mean, people get into car accidents every day, but they don't realize until later that they were just inches from fatality. Not everyone gets that second chance to do it over. Not everyone has that sudden epiphany that forces them to change their lifestyle and make better choices for themselves. Some of us aren't so lucky. Debbie Wilcox, known to me and my two sisters as Mom, has lived a relatively normal life. She is happily married with 3 daughters, 3 stepsons, and 3 grandchildren, and holds a stable job as the management head of an apartment complex. She lives quite peacefully, spending her free time with her family, friends, and her lovable dog Diego. As many people do, Debbie has suffered her fair share of trials and tribulations in her life. After losing her mother to a battle of lung cancer, she was devastated. As a fellow smoker, she didn't think to quit smoking in the process, knowing how it had attacked her own mother. She also didn't realize that over 10 years after her mother's death, she'd have her own date with the hospital. Her life was about to take a dramatic turn.
Back in May, I had a really bad cough, so my husband made me go to the doctor. I am a smoker, so I really didn't think much about it. But they did a chest x-ray, and I found that I had several spots on my lungs and a spot on my liver. So I was a little scared of that because my mother died of lung cancer at a very young age, in her 50s. Having several spots, they figured it was probably an infection. In August, I went back for a checkup, and the doctor said that most of it had cleared up except for one spot. One spot happened to grow from 8 millimeters to 12. Because it had grown so fast in such a short time, they said they had to take it out. In September, on the 9th, I had surgery. Going in, I had basically not knowing when I woke up whether or not I was going to have cancer or not. I went under, I came out of surgery, and it was cancer. They took lymph nodes. They took 50% of my left lung and said they got it all. I would not have to have chemo or radiation. I was considered very lucky. It was very painful. I had a chest tube, very hard to breathe. But I had already decided if it was cancer, I was not going to have chemo or radiation after seeing what my mom went through. But I was lucky I didn't have to make that choice. The lymph nodes came back fine. Again, I was very, very lucky not having to go on for further treatment. Finding out that you have cancer is really scary. I saw what my mom went through, how she fought it, and eventually lost the battle. Mine was very different. I was only in stage 1, so I had the chance to fight it. To me, I don't think it's really actually hit me yet, because to me I only had it for about 5 minutes, because I didn't have it, then I did have it, then it was gone. I'm very emotional about it. I feel I am a cancer survivor, but yet I didn't have it long enough to really have to fight it. It was almost instantaneously gone from the time I found out I had it till the time it was gone. I take life a lot more seriously. I appreciate things a lot more. I appreciate life, family, friends, and don't take things for granted as much as I used to.
After her lung surgery, Debbie slowly started to recover and regain her normal routine in her life. She continued to visit her family as often as she could and returned back to work after 5 weeks. As far as we know, she'll make a full recovery. But given her vulnerability and family history, the cancer can always come back. This is why, after such a quick but traumatizing experience, she'll have to change her lifestyle. She'll quit smoking and live the rest of her life healthier and happier. Debbie has something to live for, and she won't give it up that easily.
At this point, I have to have a rescan in December just to make sure everything's okay. I'm still working on rebuilding that lung capacity since I have 50% of one lung to walk, and I'm still finding things difficult. It is hard to build your wind back with only 50% of one lung. But again, I consider myself very, very lucky, and I try to tell people who do smoke not to, because you don't want to end up having to go through what I went through. You know, life is short. You don't always know if you have tomorrow. So those are just some different things that I've done since I've fought and beat cancer so far.